Peace Queen. It's Melissa Crawford of thequeencode.com, and today's message is part 7 in the 12-part Character of a Queen series. So today I want to talk about having the courage to climb your own mountain and to enjoy the process. When you think about this journey of returning to your throne, and once you get there, reigning on your throne, it can be very much like the journey of climbing a mountain. And as it relates to courage, it's easy to have the courage at the outset to get to the top of the mountain, get to where you want to be, reach the goal. But it's really another level of courage to be moving in the right direction and then to experience a setback and to continue to go in positivity, in faith, knowing that even the 3 steps forward you took, the progress you had, and now you're 3 steps back, knowing that even that is a part of the process. To stay positive, to stay vigilant, to stay courageous even in those times, and to realize that it's all a part of the journey. A few weeks ago, I was watching a television program, and they were talking about extraordinary kids, and there was a story of a young man in his, I think he was like 16, and he was talking about all the mountains that he's climbed, and he's, climbed some pretty big mountains to be so young. And he talked about the process in climbing a mountain, and he said, it's one thing he said that was really made an impression on me. He said, there comes a point in time when you're at the highest point of the mountain where the air is very thin. The elevation is very high, the air is very thin. And in order to keep going, you actually have to go back down to get acclimated to that thin air, that rare air. And he talked about going back down, sleeping for a night, and then going back up, and now your body is more used to that thin air, and you can push through and go to the next level. And then at the next level, you have to, again, stop again, come back down a little bit, get acclimated, and then your body is now able to push through and go to an even higher level. And he talked about doing that process of ascending and descending till you get all the way to the top of the mountain. And that really made an impression on me, because really that is what this journey of life is like. That, even though we're queens and we're destined to ascend and to find our throne, to ascend to the throne, and to reign on the throne in high places, it's very much a necessary part of the journey to descend sometimes. It's very much a necessary part of the journey to have to come down sometimes. Sometimes you have to take a few steps back to move forward. And even though I know you know that, sometimes when you're in that place of a setback, you may feel like it's failure, or you're beating yourself up like you've done something wrong. And the message this week is, Queen, I simply want you to begin to see this as a part of the process. Enjoy this process. After I saw that television special, I actually wanted to know more about the process of climbing mountains. And so I found this article on the internet that I want to share with you. And it says, how does your body get used to the altitude, the higher altitude? Mountaineers climbing Mount Everest establish a camp at the base and 4 higher camps before reaching the summit. For the next 30 days or so, they will move up, then down again, allowing their bodies to get used to the reduced oxygen content of the air. This process is called acclimatization. Acclimatization properly is essential to safely ascend to higher altitudes. Climbers acclimatize by ascending slowly, resting 1 day for every 1,000 feet they climb. They also drink plenty of liquids, plenty of water. They eat healthy food. They also practice a rule of thumb. They climb high, they sleep low. Climbing high, then descending to lower altitudes allows the body to build up and gain strength with fresh oxygen. It allows the body to digest food better, to get sounder sleep, and to heal any wounds. They'll feel much stronger by descending. And so it goes on to talk about this process. But another thing I want to point out, it says, Some climbers don't like to go down, but the significant benefits on the body from staying at low altitudes makes it worth it. So these few paragraphs, it's loaded with so much revelation and wisdom about how it is for us as we're climbing our own mountains in our journeys. That descend is a part of the process. It even reminds me of, I think it was in the Bible in the book of Genesis with Jacob's ladder and that dream when he talked about angels were ascending and descending. We want to ascend, but then sometimes we look at the descending as negative, but it's all simply necessary. Because it's truly our destiny to breathe that thin, that rare air. It's truly our destiny to breathe ether. Ether is heaven's air. It's that air that's way up high. But we have to get used to it. So the next time you're on this path and you find yourself leaning up against your edge and you feel like, oh my goodness, I'm where I've never been before. And for whatever reason, maybe it's a form of self-sabotage for you. Something happens that you have to come back down a few steps. Don't be too hard on yourself. Don't feel like you're a failure or that you've done something wrong. Just simply remember where you were when you begin to lean into your edge. Use that descent as a part of, basically it's like the universe, God is saying there's some other things I need you to kind of get. There's some other ground principles I need you to get before we go a little higher and break through. Remember that edge, because in those places where you're coming back down, when you go back up, you're going to remember that, but this time just simply push through, because now you're more acclimated to what it's like to be a little higher. It's all a part of the process. You can't have an ascension without sometimes coming down. So again, don't be too hard on yourself. Be in a position of enjoying this process. Your soul is not seeing the experiences as good or bad. Your soul just wants to have the experience. Your soul knows that the experience is the thing that builds the character, which is the thing that sustains you on your throne, that sustains you in your queendom. So don't rush this process. Simply enjoy it. Love on yourself, queen. Don't be too hard on yourself. That's my message for you this week, okay? In the meantime, I do have a wonderful gift for you. If you go to my site at www.thequeencode.com, you can get a copy of the free audio, Queen, You Were Born to Succeed, because you absolutely were. And as you begin to climb your mountain, for sure, you're going to get to the top, right? We're built for that. We're built to fly. We're built to be in high places. So go and get that free audio, Queen, You Were Born to Succeed, so you can get more strategies and tips on how to reign as the queen that you're called to be. All you simply have to do is go to www.thequeencode.com, and I'll talk to you soon.